Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 312. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com because I'm just choosing just a few items from each page, not even each page, to show you what's happening today in Durham. So check it out in its entirety when you have time. All right, so what do I usually say? I said, okay, community paper. I'm Pat Murray. Click on the link. Right. Click on the link if you want to join me on camera to shoot the breeze, share information, promote yourself, etc. So just do that. You can only do that from the Facebook side. This is on Twitter as we speak. It's also on YouTube as we speak. But if you want to join the show, click on the link on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. All right. So I'm going to start out with the word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. Now, you're probably busy during the week. So now that it's the weekend, maybe you can take a look at some of these programs that can help. Laverne Luce here. Wow, long time no see. Oh my goodness. How are you? Hope you're doing well for sure. Absolutely. All righty. So let's see. Where was I? Oh, there are city and county programs that can help you if you're in need. You can get help with your, like, for example, a lot of people's jobs have been affected by COVID. You can get help with your rent. You can get help with your mortgage payments. That's through Legal Aid NC, but it's also on the word page, so be sure to check that out. You can get help with your water bill. Both the city and the county have programs to help you with your water bill. The county has a program to help you with your heating bill, the LIHEAP program. And by the way, the deadline for signing up for the Low Income Energy Assistance Program is the end of this month, which is on a Thursday. So the 31st of March is the last day that you can get help with your heating bill. So be sure to check that out. All righty. Also on the word page, the Durham County libraries are all open until 6. Of course, Bragtown is closed on the weekend. And what is Guy, our cook, up to this time? He's saying, have a good blog for nonprofits to share. Google.com grants. Get started. Okay, Guy. On the case as always. Folks, be sure to check that out. Guy R. Cook is a friend of the show. He's out in Kennewick, Washington State. All righty, let's see. Also on the word page, let me scroll down if you need help with your taxes. Your federal and state income tax, that sort of thing. Reinvestment Partners, they're coming to the rescue where they have a virtual volunteer income tax assistance program. Usually there's all kinds of places where you can go and have your taxes done for free if you're low or moderate income. And what they say moderate is very generous, very, very generous. So anyway, now you have to go through Reinvestment Partners for the most part. So you can pick up or download the forms that you need for your taxes. Then you can drop them off or share them via a safe way. You just contact them via the link that I provide if you want to do that. Now, if you still want to drop in and have your taxes done, you can go to the Durham Center for Senior Life on certain Fridays, or rather on Fridays at certain times, 8:30 until 10:30 in the morning, or Lion Park Recreation Center on Saturdays from 8:45 till 11:15. So definitely check that out as well. Okay, let's go to the school tools page because if you have little ones and it's ready for pre-K, today's the day for you. Let me click on the school tools page and let you know about this. Okay, so if you have dinkies, and you can go to the roll up and enroll. I guess they're trying to appeal to the young parents. So Durham Pre-K, they're hosting roll up and enroll. That's gonna be, actually, it's happening right now. It started an hour ago and it goes until 1 o'clock. This is at the Jim and Carolyn Hunt Child Care Resource Center. That's at 1201 South Briggs Avenue, not too far from Lawson. It's south of Lawson. On Briggs Avenue, near the job place. You know what I'm talking about, where you go to look for work. So anyway, the roll up and enroll is where, like, suppose you wanted to fill out the application to get your little one into pre-K, and maybe you had trouble with the application. Maybe there's some questions you just can't quite get. They can help you fill out the application. You can submit it and everything. You learn all about pre-K. What's the difference between pre-K and kindergarten? Is it worth sending my child to pre-K? My answer, my mom was a kindergarten teacher. Yes, get your kid into pre-K if at all possible. Getting that start, like, okay, my mom taught. I'm just gonna talk from heart here real quick. My mom taught kindergarten in Inglewood, a very very low income community on the south side of Chicago, and where in my case I was reading, not really reading fluently, but I knew my colors. I could, well, my mom was a kindergarten teacher, so I was reading, I knew the alphabet, all that stuff. Mom told me that most of the kids in her class, through no fault of their own, of course, a lot of them didn't even know their last names. They let me just put it this way. Mom felt that kindergarten, getting your kids started early at home, getting them to recognize letters and colors is so, so important, especially if you're low income, because very often the kids with advantages, like I had two working parents, and mom was a kindergarten teacher, I was ready to roll. I was ready to roll. And a lot of low income kids, the parents work so hard. A lot of times they have two jobs. They're frustrated. Sometimes they just don't have the time or energy to really spend that time with their little ones. Um, it's just so important to get that start, because you don't want them to fall behind right from the beginning, because it's really hard to catch up once you start out behind. So I'm just imploring you to please sign up your kiddies for pre-K or kindergarten if at all possible. Find a way. Okay, enough soapboxing. So that's going on today until 1 o'clock. You can get help in English and in Spanish. They also want you to, if you don't mind, if you could enroll, or rather subscribe to the free newsletter. It's online so that you can keep up with child development issues. So in English, it's the Community Connections newsletter, and in Spanish, it's Conexiones Comunitarias. So see if you can do that as well. All right. Got a little bit off on a tangent there. Sorry about that. I'm just really passionate about education and kids and all that. Anyway, to your health. Let's go to the health page. Of course, I have your COVID-19 test and vaccine updates. So let's see. Where can we get tested today with it being Saturday? We can go to, believe it or not, Family Dollar. How about that? Family Dollar, 401 East Lakewood Avenue in Heritage Square. They just started an hour ago, and they will be there until 1 o'clock. Also, Wake Toxicology Lab, 5129 Highway 55 from 9:30 until 4. So they started a half hour ago. El Centro Hispano, they just started. They will be there at the Lakewood Shopping Center at 2000 Chapel Hill Road until 5:30. That one is a drive-through. And then tomorrow you can go to the Wake Toxicology Lab or El Centro Hispano. All righty, let us now go. Oh, let's click on that big blue button at the top of the health page, and that is the health events button. I think there's something going on. If you have infants, little babies in the home, it's going to be a free class, and it's online. Let me find it real quick. There it is. Med Ultra Learning. They host these every month. It's a free infant CPR and choking class. It's going to be today from 1 until 2, totally free. Now, this one is for regular folks. It's not one of those certification classes for professionals. This is for like babysitters, young moms, family members, whoever's around infants. You might be able to save a baby's life. So be sure to know what to do if you have to do this. So this is again from 1 until 2. And what's really nice, it's online. Don't have to go anywhere. Okay, let's now go to the Garden Shed page. Now it's already past 10. I will tell you about this anyway. Um, let's see. Durham Central Park has their first DCP Spring Volunteer Workday. That's today from 10 until noon. I'm mentioning it. It's probably too late if you didn't already know about it. I did mention it yesterday. They want help tidying up the garden that is just west of the farmer's market. Trimming bushes, cutting back the weeds. But if you're saying, darn it, if you had told me about it earlier, I would have gone. Well, you can go on the 26th. That's the next one. So in 2 Saturdays, they'll have another one from 10 until noon in Durham Central Park. And they provide everything like the gloves and the tools and whatnot. And there you go. All right, now let's go to the Let's Go calendar of events page. That's the last page we will be visiting. There's lots more pages. I'm just saying that's the last one we will be visiting today. So let's go to Let's Go and scroll down to 12, March 12. There we are. So the South Durham Farmers Market, their winter hours are 9 until noon. They are in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. That's south on Highway 55. Also, Durham Farmers Market is in Durham Central Park downtown on Foster Street. Their winter hours are 10 until noon. Both of them have ways for people with low income to double their money by joining the Double Bucks program. It's they also accept like EBT, credit cards, etc. Any way to help you get fresh food into the house, especially for the little ones. All righty. District 3 and District 4, they're having their PAC, Partners Against Crime, meetings today online still. Basically, you find out what's happening in your community. You can get tips. You can give tips. You can find out about city and county programs. These are great meetings. Also, a nice way to connect with your neighbors if you haven't seen them for a while. Both meetings have just started. If you're saying, darn it, I hate being late, that's okay. It's on Zoom. They won't even notice that you're late. You just tiptoe in. They won't even notice. So there you go. You can click on the link that I provide. You can watch the rest of Bull City Hangout later if you want. Also, now the Pauli Murray Center for History and Social Justice, they were going to have their tour today called Roots and Soul, Walking with Pauli Murray. It was supposed to be a 90-minute tour where you learn about the neighborhood and about Pauli Murray, her family, and the Fitzgeralds. It's been rescheduled for next Saturday at 10, so it's going to be from 10 until 11:30 next week because of the weather forecast. We're supposed to get thunderstorms and whatnot. Now, White Rock Baptist Church, hopefully they'll still have their food giveaway today starting at 11. Usually it's second Saturdays from 11 until 1. Also, One Love Christian Church, they do the same on second Saturdays. They give away food as well. Now, White Rock is at 3400 Fayetteville Street. One Love Christian Church is at 1315 Horton Road. So got both sides of town covered. So again, from 11 until 1 for both churches. Now, I checked Facebook. This hasn't been called off as far as I know, but the Salvation Army of Durham, they're hosting their Community Spring Carnival. It's listed at least. It's going to happen today from 11 until 3. This is going to be on the grounds of the Boys and Girls Club, 909 Liberty Street. So hopefully it's still going on, but they're supposed to have outdoor games, food, music, and more. Now, let me give you just a preview of the weather report. Even though the sun was just out a second ago and it just got cloudy, rain is not in the forecast. Even though it's cloudy, take that for what it is. So we'll see. Now, the Empowered Girls of North Carolina, they have their Teen Table Talk. This is for teen girls, and they will talk about life in general, their challenges, their successes. They'll get advice, etc. This is from noon until 1. This is free. Now, this one also hasn't been called off as far as I know. The DPS, Durham Public Schools Community Fund Fair. I guess it's still going on. I don't know, but I'm sorry I don't have that information. I did check right before going on the air, but it looks like it's not called off, which is great because if it's not supposed to rain, then cool. So from 1 until 6 in Durham Central Park, this one would be hard to reschedule because check this out. This is where you will get to see more than 20 live performances featuring students in the performing arts, carpentry / skilled trades, banking and finance, barber cosmetology, and the visual arts. I do hope that they don't call that off because this sounds like it's going to be fantastic. So celebrate the public schools, and also you can pick up information about pre-K and kindergarten. Now, it's a free event, but if you'd like to make a donation to the Durham Promise College Scholarship Fund, that would be super awesome. Help the young people get their post-secondary education for sure. So it's made possible through partnerships with Duke Energy, John May of Nest Realty, and Susan Hurst of Urban Durham Realty. All right, Durham Central Park, 1 until 6. Okay, the Mallarmé Chamber Players, they're presenting the musical fairy tale Luna's Magic Flute. That sounds great. It's going to be at the Fruit. Flute at the Fruit. How about that? That is at 305 South Dillard Street. I think that's going to be indoors, so I'm sure that's still going on. That's going to be today. Now, it will feature, this is a live musical performance. This is going to be really beautiful. Alma Kaufman on flute, members of Flute Cocktail. I love puns. Also, keyboardist Kristen Transrud and narrators Carmen Chastain and Lynn Pickles. Plus, larger than life-size puppets like horses, turtles, fierce dragons, etc., put together by paper hand puppets. They are incredible. This is a free show. Now it's going to be performed in Spanish at 1:30 and then in English at 3:15. Why not watch both? That would be interesting to see the same play or musical fairy tale put on in 2 different languages. That sounds interesting. So again, in Spanish at 1:30, in English at 3:15. Okay. Jamat Ibad Ar-Rahman, they will be holding their drive-through food giveaway. This is going to be from 2 until 4 this afternoon. So I do hope that's still going on. APS Out and About, they're going to be at the Glass Jug at 545 Foster Street. This is where the Animal Protection Society, they're going to have adoption-ready dogs for you to meet if you want to expand your family. So you might want to check that out from 3 to 6 this afternoon. New Horizon Church, they're hosting the 36th annual Multiple Choices for the Children. This is going to be a jazz concert at 4 o'clock. This might sound familiar. They did this yesterday as well, 2 concerts. So yesterday's over. Today's concert is going to be at 4 o'clock. Now, you can enjoy some nice jazz. It's a fundraiser. You can click on the link wait a minute. I can tell you the price. Let me scroll back up to Friday. I think it's $12, $15 at the door, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. $12 online, $15 at the door. There you go. All righty. Let's see. Did I tell you the time? 4 o'clock. Yes, 4 o'clock. Now, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 and the Tribe, they'll be giving a concert. This is going to be at the North Star Church of the Arts. This sounds great. I didn't know who that was. I checked her out on YouTube. Whoa. That's all I can say. We're talking about some beautiful jazz. So this is going to be at 220 West Gear Street, North Star Church of the Arts, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 and the Tribe. She sings in different languages, including like Portuguese and French, Spanish, English, Xhosa, I'm not sure how to say that, and Twi. I think Xhosa is South Africa and Twi might be Nigeria, not quite sure. But anyway, fantastic musicianship. Got to check this out. So the suggested donation is $20. They won't turn you away if you don't have any money, but you can donate whatever you can. But the suggested is $20, whatever you can afford. And this is going to be a beautiful concert. This is going to start. Now, here's the thing. So the doors will open at 6:30 for the 7 p.m. show. Then they'll open at 8:30 for the 9 p.m. show. So 2 shows. Great concert. I know these are going to be great concerts. Okay, the Birdsong Bluegrass Band, they'll be in concert for free at the Sacred Grounds Coffee House. That's the Christian music venue, 2700 North Roxborough Street in St. Paul United Methodist Church. The music starts at 7:30. And of course, if you want to give some money, donate some money, they will graciously accept whatever you want to give. Now, tomorrow, Don't Waste Durham is going to have their boomerang bag sewing party for people who love to iron or sew with sewing machines. And they will make cloth bags so that we won't have to use those one-time plastic bags. We can take a bag from one of the stores that, allow Don't Waste Durham to donate bags to them. And then you can take the bag, use that, and then you can return it or keep it and use it all the time whenever you go shopping. So they have a schedule. You can go between 1 and 4. You have to sign up first. They want to make sure that it's not too crowded. So that should be really fun. It's downtown at So Crafty. So again, now let me tell you where that is. 101 Orange Street. That's on Parrish and Orange Street. That little alley right off of Mangum. So that is it. If you could share this out, that would be wonderful so that more people in Durham can know what's happening. Now, feel free to click on that link. I'll bring you on after I give the weather. So the weather is, this is the updated weather report. In fact, let me grab my phone real quick. It's 42 and it's cloudy. It feels like it's a lot warmer, maybe because it's humid, but it's going up to 57. Now, let me check the latest because, in fact, let me refresh and then reopen the app just to make sure I give you the absolute latest. Okay, so it's 44 now. Okay, so it's cloudy. Let me scroll through. It's going to be partly sunny. The sun's going to peek out again around 4-ish, and then the sun will be fully ablaze at 6 right before sunset. Oh, we moved the clocks up. Don't forget to move your clock up 1 hour tonight before going to bed. Okay. So supposedly it's going to be cloudy all afternoon. No more rain. So it looks like all of the events, hopefully they'll all go through as promised. Tomorrow it's going up to 57. And let's see. Let me make sure. Okay. Cloudy all day. Today. Oh, tomorrow going up to 51, and it's going to be sunny all day. So that's great. Wow, they really changed that weather report. Gee whiz. Okay, so it's going to be only 51 tomorrow and fully sunny all day. 64 on Monday. All righty, and do not forget to move that clock up. All right. Now it looks like Guy, our cook, is waiting in. Hey, Barb. Barb is here watching from Oregon. Good morning, Barb. Thanks for dropping by. So let's see. Looks like Guy has something to share. I see a pencil. Let's see what Guy's talking about today. What's going on? Guy, what's happening?
Well, as you know, I work with Route 6.
Yes.
In conversation yesterday, the executive director in Pennsylvania happened to mention that, oh, you're doing the Google Ads thing, aren't you? I said, the what? Google Ads, you can get a grant for, are you writing this down? $10,000 if you qualify. Okay, and the link
I am definitely writing that down.
The link that I sent you is where you get started. It takes about 10 minutes to apply. You're going to need to have your EIN number, your employee identification number, that shows you're a real deal 501c3 nonprofit, not just somebody that's not making any money like you and I do. Anyway. I've been reading up about this morning, and gosh, golly, gee whiz, it's a 23 joule stem winder.
Whoa!
You're not going to share that screen, are you?
Oh yeah. Okay. Where's the pencil? I was wondering what that was. Okay.
It's a checklist that you go through with that link. google.com, whack grants, whack get started. And
Oh, wonderful.
here's the nice thing about it, though, Pat. So you go in and you qualify, and they say, yep, we're going to give you $10,000 in ads. Okay.
Mm.
Now, you might not have taken Google AdWords in high school, so you've got any kind of a smattering of an idea how to go about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're saying. Well, they've also, as part of this program, will hook you up with a student for free who has taken all the learning and classes and so forth that Google offers. So they're certified. They're not just going to throw you.
I love that.
And you say, yeah, I need help with this, which I plan to do. And then take off. I looked at, they've got a bazillion links on people who have gotten this grant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The one I looked at was the Van Gogh Museum. You know, Van Gogh, the artist? Well, there's a museum for him someplace, and it's a nonprofit. And they said that their donations that they've received since they started this grant doubled.
Whoa.
So only nonprofits listening to this rebroadcast that want to double their donations or a fraction thereof and do it for little or no cost other than the 10 minutes it takes to apply, well, then, don't click on that link. Hey, and speaking of links,
I'm adding that to the word page. Thank you for real. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. $10,000. That could go for a week or two.
A lot more than that.
Oh, I remember when I said I had to get help with using this.
Yeah,
that's a banana joke.
Oh, okay.
So, talking about the weather.
Yes.
Right now, you just said it was 43. I went to weather.com to double check.
Mm-hmm.
The high today in Kennewick is 70.
Is what?
70. 7.
What happened?
0.
No.
Well, spring's coming, and it's going to be bright, sunlit all day. Like right now, we're ahead of you by 2 degrees.
Boy, you've got some volatile weather out there.
It's 45 right now outside, and the trees aren't wiggling. They're not moving. So it's, oh, wait a minute. Now this is a little tiny, like this much of a wiggle. What's that, 1 mile an hour breeze? Yeah. So anyway,
congratulations.
I would venture a guess I probably spent a good 40 minutes with Google Alerts. The state of Pennsylvania, wow. Whoever's doing their notifications or, updates, links that go into Google Alerts, they did a good job. Almost all of the newspapers, publications had some sort of an article. There was one in Massachusetts about, now think about this for a minute. Remember in the olden days, you saw pictures of covered bridges? Right?
Sure. I saw one in person.
Like driving into a barn and going out there. They still have those in Massachusetts.
They have them here in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's the East Coast thing. They don't have them here much.
In fact, I saw one on YouTube where it's the traffic, of course, traffic is two-way, but as far as the bridge, you have to take turns.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't wide enough to accommodate traffic, so, 2-lane traffic. And so it was this adorable, just like this little barn, like you said.
Years and years ago, eons ago, in the 70s, when I was first learning to drive, there was a 2-lane bridge in Pendleton, Oregon, went across the Umatilla River.
Okay.
And they must have had a really limited budget to build that bridge. Because I swear to God, there was about this much space between your car and the other car coming the other way toward you.
Oh.
I used to get really puckered up going across that bridge. And now we just went down there the other day. I commented to the wife, I said, did you ever drive across the old bridge? They got a new one there now in the same spot. I said, did you ever drive across the old bridge? They should have gave out like T-shirts that said, I survived going over the whatever the name of that bridge was, because it was a doozy.
Wow.
But anyway,
Now, I was told that the scariest bridge, a friend of mine, he said he was young, and he was tasked with driving over. There's some super duper long bridge, New Orleans, over the water, and
yeah,
it's very very scary.
there's
All you
one.
can do is just focus straight ahead and not try to
Somebody
look.
got a wild hair and built a bridge that goes over the mouth of the Columbia River, separates Washington State from Oregon State. So it's pretty
Mhm.
big at that point. And it
Wow.
must be over a mile long that you go across this bridge. And it's not real narrow script. It's more modern than.
Oh, okay, good.
But
Yeah.
it's long. It's a long
Mhm.
trip.
I don't think I've ever seen a bridge quite that long. I mean, in person.
It's
Yeah.
big.
Wow.
I'd have to Google it and just say, how long is I think it's called the Anacortes Bridge. It goes from
Okay.
Anacortes, Washington to some burg in Oregon.
Well, I suppose you've been, since you're living, you've lived both east and west. I suppose you've been through mountains.
Oh, yes. Yes, many times.
Right. Hey, Barb, with her new camera.
Well, no, it's
Nation. The flag is waving. See, they got more
Yeah.
wind in Oregon here.
well, this is going to be our first day. It's like going to be 66 today, supposedly. So, and remember that just 3 days ago there was snow all there.
Yeah.
See that? Isn't
What
that
the heck is
mind
going
blowing?
on out west?
And it just started. It melted the rest of the snow off yesterday. So, I'm prepared to go out and do some planting, and because I think I'm
Ooh.
really close to it. There may be one more storm, but it looks to me like it might be over. So I've got a case of spring fever this morning.
Oh, nice. That's
The
beautiful.
kids
Nice
are
view.
out there. The corgi kids are out there, so I have no
Mhm.
idea if they'll come on screen. Just letting you know, if the dogs show
Now,
up, they're out there. So
these
enjoying it.
the plantings that you're doing, did you tell the corgis you're not to dig these up? Mom's putting these in the ground to stay here.
Well, I put them in pots, as you can see. I have to change my bear out for the gnome, and I have pots up off the ground.
Oh,
So they really
container
can't,
gardening.
yeah, they can't get to them. So
Good.
it hasn't been an issue for me so far.
Mhm.
Dad,
Nice.
my father used to raise yellow labs, which are kind of bigger dogs, bigger than corgis. And he was real set in his ways. When they got the old home place out south of Walla Walla, he was out there pulling weeds by hand, right? So what do? You pull a weed and you chuck it, to keep the area that you
Yeah.
got to pull weeds from. So he'd throw the weed,
Dog
storm
would
the
chase.
mail would go pick up the weed and bring it back to him. Thought he was being fetch.
That is so cute. That is so cute. Wow. I used to work with a couple. Actually, they met at work and they got married. And they moved into a house. They got a dog. And this dog, they had to keep their house really neat because this dog was so focused on cleanliness or neatness. If they took off their jacket and just like threw it on the couch, he'd run over to the jacket and bark at it. If anything was out of place, he'd bark at it.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, so
I
they
mean,
had to
every
always
animal
everything
we've
where it
ever had
belonged.
has got a personality quirk that's just
Goofy.
very memorable.
Yeah. Well, what's on the docket for this weekend? Because I'm about to go and try to catch up with my godmother. So, what are you guys up to in Washington and Oregon, respectively, with your superior weather?
Well, I've looked up the EIN number for Route 6, and I'm going to do the dance, do the 10-minute
Okay.
application.
Let us know if you get it. That would be awesome.
And I'm going to be doing some potting, as I just shared
Gardening.
with you. But I also need some folks to help me test out the latest edition of ManyCam, because you can go live directly now with it, with
Oh, I can
bringing
help.
guests into the show. So if
Yeah.
it's in our the group that both of you are in with me
Okay.
from
Okay.
Blab Days. I have information on that, so I'd appreciate
Okay.
it if you have time this weekend to just hit me up and
Sure.
see what we can do with that. So
I would be happy to help with
have
that
an
for sure.
awesome weekend, you two, and
You too,
everybody
Barb.
out
Thank
there.
you.
Take care.
Okay, take care now.
Oh, and I got to
And
record 5 Podbean episodes. They did that
whoa,
on
and
Twitter this morning. They said, "Are you going to record?" I said, "Yeah, I got to do 5 of them because then I
Guy
don't
R. Cook
worry about
Report,
it."
folks. Check it out. Guy R. Cook Report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. If you're a website owner, if you're not a website owner and you don't have a instance of needing technology to affect your goods and services you're doing online, you probably won't get much out of it.
Yeah.
But if you are, like the Durham Skywriter or equivalent thereof, you could very well do it. One last thing, and then I'm going to quit talking. Remember
Okay.
we talked yesterday about the big storm that was going to hit the Northeast, the snowstorm, the cyclone?
You were right. It kind of missed us, sort of. We're
It
gonna
kind
get
of missed
well.
you,
We
but
got rain. We got
you're
some
at
rain.
43, so you're not totally out of it. But on
Mhm.
the weather.com website, big, huge write-up about that storm. They've now given it a name.
Whoa.
I'm figuring if the storm is so big, they give it a name.
Mhm.
Like Katrina storm when it hit New Orleans years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, yeah, this got to be a doozy
It's
of a
gotta be a
storm.
doozy. Yeah.
You must have to reach a certain level of states that you cover or whatever to
Yeah.
effectively get a name.
Yeah.
So
Wonder what the
let's hope
name's gonna
that
be.
nobody in the Northeast got damaged from this doozy.
Yeah. So what's the name? Do you know the name yet?
Yes, Quinlan, Quinlan. I think they're running out of
Oh.
names for storms, Pat. Like they don't get. I
There's
keep
millions of names out there.
I hope that they don't have them like John the 23rd.
I mean, you don't have to use the same names, the same old names. I mean, I've never heard like Storm Ahmed
Yeah,
or Rodrigo.
yeah. There's a lot
Rodrigo.
of names they're not using.
Yeah,
And
there's
the
all kinds of
that
names
we
out
know.
there. Jacques,
Yep.
Yeah. Jimbo.
But then when they do a weird one like Quinlan, you got to go, well, Quinlan, is that the girl's name or the boy's name?
Okay.
I don't know any Quinlans at all of either gender. So I
never heard that name before.
I could say her name is Quinlan, and you'd go, oh, okay, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, it might be a guy. I don't know.
It's one of those like the people that used to get drafted in the army because their girl names sound like a boy's name, so they get that letter in the mail.
Oh, okay.
Like they'd send a letter to Pat Murray. You've been drafted. No, I'm Patricia, actually. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you have a
guy.
and if they're real good, have a couple because they don't come by that often.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot, Guy. Thanks for that info too. I'll be sure to put that in the Skywriter.
That's looking like a real deal. Read up about that. There's definitely some bread in the bread box. But
love your sayings. Okay, Guy. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.
All right.
Okay. Take care. Awesome. Always fun to be visited by friends. You could join as well. I do Bull City Hangout on weekdays at noon, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. So I like to start a little early on Saturdays since so many people are out and about early on Saturdays. I want to join the fray. So continue to send information to the Durham Skywriter and make plans to join me one day. It's a good way to practice speaking on camera, to work out those kinks in case you want to put a show together of your own one day. That would be super awesome. I can help you with that. If you need some guidance on how to put a show together, I can help you with that as well. So anyway, share this out so that more people can know what's happening. Then I'll see you Monday at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.